99% of people will stay broke for life. And the worst part, most of them will think that it's their fault. Now, there are 7 lies about money that keep people trapped, and I guarantee you already believe in at least 3 of them. You're not poor because you're lazy. You're not poor because you don't know some ancient get-rich hack. And you are not poor because you're born in the wrong place. The real prison is psychological. It's the mindset you were programmed with since childhood. Seeing through these lies is what separates the rich from the poor, the people who escape the trap and the people who never do. And the system thrives on keeping you misinformed, and it's on purpose. And once you see the lies, you'll never look at money the same way again. So today I'm going to expose the 7 biggest lies that keep you poor. Starting with the first lie you probably heard as a kid: money doesn't grow on trees. When I was a kid, every time I asked for something, I got the same line: money doesn't grow on trees. It sounds kind of harmless, right? Just a parent teaching responsibility. But what that phrase really plants, it isn't responsibility. It plants scarcity. It programs you to believe that money is rare, it's mysterious, and almost impossible to get. And once scarcity infects your brain, it changes everything. You don't see opportunity, you only see lack. A friend shares a business idea, and your first thought is, that'll never work. And not because it can't, but because deep down you've been programmed to believe that money is only for other people, not regular people like you. So, let's put this to the test. What if I told you that you could start a business that earns 10 million a year? Notice your first reaction to this. Your brain is probably already saying, yeah, right, that's impossible. And yet, tens of thousands of businesses hit that number every year. In US alone, over 30,000 companies make more than 10 million annually. It's not rare. It's not impossible, but scarcity programming makes it feel impossible. And this is how the lie spreads. Quietly, invisibly. It kills possibility before you can even try. But here's the truth. The global economy generates over 100 trillion every year. Money is moving every second, hand to hand, deal to deal, problem to solution. Money isn't rare. It isn't magic. It's just an exchange of value. You provide value, you solve problems, and money flows in. Now, the richest people, they didn't stumble across some hidden treasure chest. They built systems. They solved problems. They saw abundance where everyone else saw scarcity. The real damage, it doesn't just keep you broke. It keeps you blind. It makes you clip your own wings before you even try to fly. Scarcity is the lie. Abundance is the truth. Those who escape are the ones who create. Those who see opportunities where others see impossibility. Those who know that in a world of 8 billion people with trillions of problems, there's more than enough money to go around. But thinking money is scarce, that's just the surface level trap. Because the next slide, it doesn't just limit your wealth, it makes you feel guilty for ever wanting it. You've heard this one your whole life. Money is the root of all evil. But that's not even the real quote. You see, the original line is, the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money itself, just the obsession with it. But society sort of prefers the corrupted version. And why? Because it makes wealth itself look dirty. It makes wanting financial freedom seem selfish, shallow, immoral. And once you start believing that money is evil, you'll sabotage yourself to avoid it. You'll undercharge for your work, you'll stay in jobs that underpay you, and you'll turn down opportunities because you don't want to be greedy. That's not morality. That's wage slave programming. If money is evil, then the only acceptable way to earn it is an honest paycheck. You show up, you do your hours, collect your wages, keep your head down, never try to build anything bigger, never chase abundance, never escape the system. But here's the truth. Money doesn't change who you are. It amplifies who you are. If you're generous, money lets you be more generous. You can help more people, support more causes, or make a bigger difference. If you're selfish, money amplifies that too. It's a tool, it's nothing else. Blaming money for evil is sort of like blaming a hammer for murder. And the cliche that all rich people are greedy, it collapses the second you look closer. Warren Buffett pledged to give away 99% of his wealth. Bill Gates has already donated over $50 billion to global health. Mackenzie Scott has given away more than $16 billion to education and equity. Think about it. When you reach financial freedom, how much do you plan to give away? Because money doesn't automatically make you greedy. It just magnifies the choices you're already going to make. Meanwhile, I've met broke people who would screw over their own family for a few $100. So, as an example, 2 years ago, when my father passed away, the very same evening, my uncle called me, already trying to get a bigger piece of the will. And he dragged us to court just to squeeze out a bigger share. Yeah, that wasn't wealth, that was desperation. Greed isn't about wealth, greed is about character, and generosity exists at every income level. The lie that money corrupts, the truth is, money reveals, it's a mirror, it shows you exactly who you've always been. If you're a good person, money in your hands becomes a weapon for good. If you're not, it exposes that too. So money isn't evil, it's just a tool. But the next slide, it doesn't just demonize wealth, it convinces you that even trying to build it is reckless. Most people never start a business for one simple reason. They think it's too risky, and we've all heard the warnings. Most businesses fail. Don't risk it. Wait until you're stable. Wait until you have savings. But waiting is actually the riskiest move of all, because the longer you wait, the more of your life you'll trade away for someone else's dream. Now, I used to believe the same thing. I told myself that I needed capital, I needed investors, I needed the perfect plan. And do you know what that belief cost me? Years. Years I'll never get back, like 20 or 30 years. But then earlier this year, I stopped waiting for permission. One random Tuesday afternoon, hands shaking, second-guessing every click, I registered my business. No investors, no employees, just me, a laptop, and about $2,000 in starting capital. And here's the thing. Starting a business was never actually a risk for me because I never jumped in with both feet. I started it as a side hustle, nights, weekends. There's no rule that says that you have to risk everything when you start a business. There's no law that says that you have to quit your job on day one. And the crazy part is, even though I've only been working on my business on weekends and some evenings, my business has already generated almost as much as my full-time job. Of course, I made mistakes this year. Just a few months ago, I was so terrified when I got a fine from the IRS for a late report. And a voice in my head went, here we go, they're gonna handcuff me, I'm going to jail. But you know what happened? I called the IRS and I explained that I was new to all of this, and they wiped away the fine. They let me continue. And that's when it hit me. This is how deep the programming goes. You've been conditioned to fear every mistake, to believe that you'll be destroyed if you step out of line. Now, obviously I was super scared, but for the first time, I was building something that belonged to me. And that changes everything. Starting a business, it doesn't mean having to bet the house. You can start small, you can test ideas, build slowly. And today, the barrier to entry has never been lower.